The vets managed to remove the knife after carefully pulling it back through the dog's esophagus, a meticulous effort that took close to an hour to pull off. Amazingly, Lexi, who was just a 6-month-old puppy, managed to survive the occasion, though she spent 3 days in intensive care. How did she manage to swallow an entire knife? Well, that's a question no one can really answer. Number 9. The arm of a murdered man. There's no way to rate weirdness in a quantitative way, but if you could, this little story would have to rate somewhere on the higher end of the spectrum. April 25th, 1935. A tiger shark was caught near Sydney, Australia. It was put on public display for entertainment. As it turned out, the shark didn't disappoint. The shark got sick and puked up a human arm. Yes, a human arm, in a pool in front of bewildered onlookers. The best part is, this shark actually ate a smaller shark who had eaten someone's arm. The arm, as it turned out, belonged to boxer and professional criminal Jim Smith, who had been missing since April 7th of that year. Police were able to identify the arm thanks to a distinctive tattoo. They figured the arm was cut off after Smith was murdered and thrown into the ocean where a hungry or bored tiger shark ate it. So they opened a murder investigation and had several suspects, as Smith had recently become a police informant. Their diligent detective work ultimately led them to arrest a local criminal named Patrick Brady, though he was later acquitted of the crime. In the end, this bizarre incident left way more questions than answers. It was also the inspiration for a 2003 episode of CSI Miami. This is the story that just keeps on giving. Number 8. The Bra-Eating Dog. You've probably heard of edible panties, but not edible bras. Well, that's because edible bras aren't really a thing. I think. Unless you're Norris, the rat terrier from Edna, Texas. After Norris kept barfing, he was taken to the vet, who took some x-rays and found a strange metal clip in his stomach. Much to his owner's dismay, it turned out to be part of her bra strap. Norris apparently ate 14 inches worth of her bra strap, including that part of the metal clip. The mischievous dog must have snuck into the laundry room and snagged the bra when his owners weren't paying attention. Thankfully, the only casualty was the bra, as Norris survived the ordeal. Number 7. A polar bear for dinner? How about reindeer? Greenland sharks are a subject of fascination for marine biologists. These elusive creatures are difficult to study and document. Adding to this fascination is the fact that they have been known to hunt down polar bears and reindeer on occasion. Greenland sharks are virtually indestructible. Growing up to 23 feet long, they live up to 200 years and can survive in the most frigid of conditions. Their diet mostly consists of large sea creatures, such as seals. Their affinity for land animals is especially odd, because they're known to mostly lurk deep in the water, around 2,000 feet deep, where temperatures are about 33 degrees Fahrenheit. Fishermen often hunt these sharks for food, in particular, for a popular dish in the region called hakari. When these sharks are caught, they have sometimes been found with the remnants of polar bears, reindeer, and even horses in their bellies. How they manage to catch these animals is still anybody's guess. Number 6. An entire chicken coop, complete with chickens. Chicken is a popular dish for us, but apparently sharks like them too. But it was still surprising when a tiger shark was found with a chicken coop inside of him. Not just that, but it would appear as though the chickens were still in the coop when it was eaten, which is probably what piqued a gluttonous shark's interest to begin with. Why someone would be so thoughtless as to chuck live chickens into the ocean is beyond us. Number 5. A horse head. Here we go with tiger sharks again. This time it's a horse's head that was discovered in the shark's belly. The circumstances under which this occurred are not at all clear, because horses aren't exactly known to be prolific swimmers. What we do know is that tiger sharks are extremely aggressive eaters who eat their prey whole. Our guess? The horse was probably on a ship and somehow managed to fall off, and was unlucky enough to come across a hungry tiger shark. Number 4. A bag of money. Alright, one last item found inside of a tiger shark, and we'll stop picking on them. Somehow, someway, a tiger shark managed to devour an entire bag of money. Someone apparently was really careless to let a bag full of cash slip into the ocean. Since sharks have no use for money in the ocean, eating it seems like the next best option. And before we leave the subject of tiger sharks alone for good, here's a few more curious items found inside of them. License plates, a bag of coal, tools, old pants, deer antlers, a donkey, a bag of potatoes, explosives, and hyenas. Number 3. Eggs and giant African rock python. When a group of villagers in Nigeria noticed a huge snake whose torso was swollen, they assumed it had been eating their livestock. Fearing the snake may strike again, they decided to kill it. After all, they need livestock to make a living, so it was the best decision for them. However, when they killed the snake and cut it open, they were surprised to find a whole bunch of eggs in it. The snake, which was likely an African rock python, was pregnant and was about to give birth to dozens of eggs. The eggs are actually considered a delicacy, so it was kind of a good score for the villagers. While the villagers misread this particular situation, make no mistake, a full-grown python could kill a calf. As Africa's largest snake, they often grow up to around 20 feet long and prey on monkeys, warthogs, antelope, dogs, small crocodiles, and the cubs of big cats. They kill their food, using their quick speed and strength to suffocate it. Number 2. Human remains in a crocodile. We saved this scary find for number 2 on the list. Crocodiles are dangerous to humans. This is evidenced by the many times people's remains have been found inside of crocs. Most recently, the remains of a woman killed on the coast of Northeast Australia were found inside of a saltwater crocodile. Cindy Waldron went out for a late-night swim in Daintree National Park back in June of 2016, when she was tragically attacked and killed by a 14-foot saltwater croc. Search and rescue crews later trapped and killed the suspected culprit and discovered her remains. A solemn reminder that while we may be the most advanced creatures on the history of the earth, we can still end up as prey. Number 1. Crocodile mummies. Here at number 1 we have crocodiles again. Crocodiles are the most developed reptiles on the planet. They're basically leftover dinosaurs that couldn't seem to be killed off. Scientists are constantly discovering both fascinating and frightening things about these guys. So when they found mummified crocodiles inside of a larger crocodile, well, that pretty much takes the cake in terms of weirdness. Scientists at the National Museum of Antiquities in the Netherlands were using an advanced scanning method on a crocodile that had been mummified and on display since 1828. They were astonished when they discovered an additional 40 baby crocs who were mummified within the larger croc. Here's what's next.
Hey guys, I'm Carly Kloss, and I just created my own website with Wix. With Wix, it's easy, and the result is stunning. There are tons of beautiful templates, so I'll choose one that fits my style. Everything is drag and drop, so if you make a mistake, it's easy to make changes. I can change my text and show what I've been up to. With this beautiful gallery, I can showcase my favorite moments, both personal and professional. Nice. I love it. It's fun to play and move things around. And when it comes to my YouTube videos, I can easily add them here, just like this. And just like that, I'm ready to go live. With Wix, I can create my own beautiful website. And so can you. Go to Wix.com. Create your own stunning website today.
Topless presents 5 children who were raised by animals. Number 5. Wolfman. Marco Rodriguez Pantoja was just 6 or 7 when he was sold to a hermetic goat herder. After the goat herder's death, Marcos was left alone. He learned to hunt rabbits and partridges with traps. He established a special bond with some animals and lived alone with wolves in the Sierra Morena for 12 years. He claims to have survived after being adopted and fed by them. In 1965, at 19, he was found by the Guardian Civil and taken by force to a small village in the village of Fusilente, where he was eventually civilized and now lives a normal life. He can still reproduce the sound of a deer, the fox, the booted eagle, and other animals. A movie and documentary have been made about his amazing survival story, and he now gives lectures to kids at schools to teach